What's up, guys? So I woke up this morning and decided I'd do a state of the game video, basically having a discussion with all of you today about how I feel Diablo Immortal is as a mobile game. I have all the topics that I want to discuss written down so I don't miss any, and I will say I miss doing this with DM. He and I used to hook up, we'd get on and just kind of talk about the state of the game whenever a single update would come, but he's over there with D4 right now, so I am here all alone, sad, but I have you, the community. So just to put this out there, state of the game overall, in general, I think that it's in a great place. I think Diablo Immortal is doing really well. It is not perfect by far, but there's a lot of great things that have been changed about the game over the past year. We're here within our first year. We got the new Blood Knight. Things are great. Everyone's happy. Let's start with the new Paragon grind. So now if I just come over here to the game really quickly and we take a look, you'll notice that in the Paragon grind, I always am essentially above Paragon level. This is because they changed the system. Paragons used to jump 2 levels per day, meaning every single week, your grind to maintain Server Paragon was 14 Paragon levels, 2 per day, 7 days in a week, 14. That's changed. Now it's 10 per week. It's reset every Monday. This is why we talk about our collecting of rewards on Monday. It's a strategy I like to use. It's not for everyone. That's totally fine. But I feel like this really lends itself well to the casual players inside of the game. It's a lot easier to keep up. And it's easier to catch up. If you all remember, our good friend Nemo, Scrappy Academy, he just started playing Diablo Immortal again, probably 2, maybe 3 weeks ago now, and he went from being Paragon 125 to 860, I believe, as of last night in 2 to 3 weeks. So literally, he's just behind where I am inside of the game, and he took 10 months off. This is important because when you have a casual game, this is a mobile game. This is about as grindy and as hardcore as a mobile game can get, but it's still a casual experience. You see a lot of people that are interested in playing Diablo Immortal because they don't want to be hardcore and play Diablo 4. A lot of dads are out there. I think that's why a lot of people resonate with this channel that do, and it's because I'm a dad, I have limited time, and I like to play a game like this one that allows me to more easily be able to maintain a solid status inside of the game. So I actually don't hate the new Paragon lack of levels per week. We have 4 less levels to grind, and I feel like as the Paragon gets higher and higher, well, I feel that it's really good for new players coming to the game, which is really important. Getting new players inside of the game is pretty essential. It's kind of a big deal. All right, let's talk about the cosmetics though. Cosmetics are still a problem inside of the game, in my opinion. Why is this? Well, if we take a look over here at all the cosmetics that I have, you'll notice that this one right here, the Blood Rebirth armor, amazing. We got this absolutely for free with the year update, and this is a cosmetic that's on all classes: Wizard, Barbarian, Monk, Demon Hunter, Crusader, Necromancer, and the Blood Knight. We also got the Teleport as well, which is on all classes, and we got ourselves the weapon, which is on all classes. Now, why is this cool? One, we talk about how expensive cosmetics that are cross-class are. They're about $170 to unlock many of the cross-class cosmetics inside of the game. So basically what Blizzard did was, for the 1-year anniversary, they gave us a free $170 cosmetic set, which is really nice looking. It doesn't suck. It's a really good one. I mean, I really do like the way this looks. I would probably prefer to wear that over this one, or over this one, or maybe even over this one. Definitely over this one. I think it just looks good. So they gave us something really cool just for being loyal players and diving into the game at the year anniversary. With this being said, there are still tons of gear and equipment and basically cosmetics that are class bound. Right here, I can only utilize this one on the Barbarian. Same here on the Barbarian. What stinks is when I want to use a cool skin like this one, I happen to claim it on the Wizard. I can't get it on my Barbarian unless if I go over to the shop, and in the shop I buy a battle pass that is the more expensive battle pass, if we take a look here, I'd have to get the $15 battle pass so I could unlock battle archive coins, which I can then spend in the shop and get, you know, those types of things. I could get past cosmetics on another class. It's still not a cross-class experience, which I'd like to see inside of the game eventually. I don't know if that's going to come, so we're just going to have to deal without it for now. The party systems inside of the game have been great. I find whenever I'm going to do an Elder Rift, whenever I'm going to do dungeons inside of the game, we have the ability to go cross servers, so we're not stuck with no one to party with. I often play the game solo, and I want to run dungeons. Last night, I ran 10 dungeons in a row, found a good party of people I didn't know, and we had fun. It was good. I think that system's on point, and I like the more cross-server stuff we can do because it just opens up the ability for us to be able to do a whole bunch of different things inside of the game. Legendary crests. I just put out a video on me running 26, I think it was, legendary crests. I think that we are in a great place inside of the game for getting and having free legendary crests. All of those crests, I shouldn't say all of them, because I do buy the battle pass, which gives a few legendary crests, the $5 battle pass, and I've been buying the Boon of Plenty, which I think gives us 3. I like the Boon of Plenty because it gives me the ability to right here, coming into my bag, jump right into the market remotely from anywhere that I am. I just like doing this. I do a lot of selling of gems now that I'm doing a lot of dungeon running and a lot of hidden lairs. So I like that. But there's always ways to get them in the game for free. Every week, I buy an Eternal for 1600 Platinum, which I get for free. And I get a regular Legendary Crest that I get for free every week because I get free Platinum inside of the game just from grinding, you know, hidden lairs and dungeons and playing in parties. That's 2 per week. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 legendary crests per month just from that method. We also have events that go inside of the game as well, where you can get legendary crests as well. As you can see, if I pop myself over a little bit, free legendary crest, free Telluric Pearl. When you come on over to the market, the Hilts Trader up top here, we're able to get another legendary crest per month over there. If you're an immortal, you can now get a legendary crest per week. So there's a lot of opportunities inside of the game now. 25, actually 26 to be precise, that you could get monthly absolutely for free. Does this mean we're going to be able to upgrade our blood-soaked jade to a rank 10 in a year? No, that's not going to happen because the drop rates of these gems are just not as good as we'd want them to be, right? Plus, you're not going to be able to get enough platinum to get it to high enough level. But can you get it to rank 7 in a year with a serious free-to-play grind? You probably could, but it's going to take dedication. But I think that the amount of free crests that we're getting is very good. I think that we're on point with that, and I'm happy with that as a low spender inside of the game. Gems overall, we have tons of different gems that we can get. They're always going to be bringing new gems to us, right? We just got this one right here, the Spiteful Blood gem. I have a 2-star. I just unlocked a 2-star Blood Bottled Hope. I think the gems are in a great spot. Not only the legendary 5-star gems either. As you can see, I have a lot of the Mother's Lament. I have the Iron Bane. I have the Pain Clasp. I have the Fervent Fang. As you can see, I'm working towards having 2-star gems so that when I could do stuff like this, I could actually awaken the gems and get more resonance out of them and experience the awakened properties that you get from that system. I will never be able to do that with my 5-star gems like my Blood-Soaked Jade, which is right now, after a year of playing, only a rank 4. And my other 5-star, which is only a rank 4, my Seeping Bile. So I think the gems are in a good place. They will always bring new gems, and this is something worth noting. If I were to spend everything, not money, but everything that I would get in the game for free, if I would spend it all on my Seeping Bile, for example, there's going to be a day where it's an irrelevant gem, I think. All that Blizzard needs to do is put out a patch with 8 new legendary gems that are all better than any gem that's out right now. And then you're like, well, crap. Now all of that grind is stuck in gem power that I need to use. It's just gems can become irrelevant at any point in time. So it's worth not investing into them, specifically real cash, because why put it into something that could be gone when something new comes out, something better? So I'd rather do it in 1 and 2 star gems so that I don't get locked in and feel stuck with gems that may become irrelevant. Yeah, with that being said, that brings us up to the new events inside of the game. And what I'm really going to talk about specifically here is the new game mode that really does not get impacted by gems at all. The new battle royale inside of the game, and this is something that I am very proud of Blizzard about. Not that they listen to me. I mean, they watch my videos and stuff, which is awesome, and I appreciate it. But they don't listen to, like, my specific advice. But they do listen a bit to things that we have to say. Wild Brawl is darn incredible, and I need to play more. I haven't played much at all because of my time. I've been grinding the game, but I haven't been grinding Wild Brawl. This game mode is so fun, and I haven't even done extremely well inside of the game mode, but it's still so fun. And the best thing about Wild Brawl is all the gems, all the pay-to-win mechanics, all that garbage that everyone hated about Diablo Immortal for so long is gone. It's not part of this game mode. Now, I mentioned in a short last night that Wild Brawl, it was only around for 2-hour blocks at a time, like Battlegrounds. Well, I believe Blizzard has seen some popularity with this game mode because now it's available indefinitely until its date when it's gone, which I believe is the 23rd of this month, which means we have about a week left. I hope, and I'm going to dive into it more probably tonight. Actually, maybe I'll do a live stream soon of me just doing Wild Brawl all night long. That would be fun. I think that they're seeing that the community likes this. Because it's a PvP game mode, that's not pay to win. Speaking of, let's bring up Battlegrounds. PvP Battlegrounds, I think, it's not good. I still don't like it inside of the game. It's 100% reliant on your spend. Not that you can't be competitive if you're a free-to-play player, but you can't win all the time. You can't be as successful as you may want to be as a free-to-play player in Battlegrounds. That hasn't changed. I don't see Blizzard removing that because you have people that have spent, and that would be messed up if they pulled it out of there and said, oh, you spent 100 grand in your account, Mr. Whale. Well, we're taking out the game mode where that matters, so you spent that for nothing. No, that's going to stay in place, but we don't need to interact with it. I barely do Battlegrounds, man. I actually do mostly PvE, player versus environment stuff. I like grinding the game. I like progression, but I also do like Wild Brawl as well. Events inside of the game have been great. I mean, we know how these things work. You go on over, you go to your events tab. There's always new things coming. We have the stuff we can get from Wild Brawl, which I need to participate in because I can get all these rewards, some nice gems as well. We have this event that just came, the Shields of the Hearth, and there's always new events coming that allow us to get different rewards for participating in them. The events aren't usually anything crazy special. They're just additional ways for you to get resources and rewards and crests and pearls and all of that stuff, which makes it fun to grind. It takes your normal grind and gives it a boost because of the rewards that are enhanced from that grind. So I think events are in a great place. There's always something new coming to the game. There's always something new happening. Not that it's a brand new event, but even when they are recurring, it's another way for you to get more resources. And that's another way that we get a lot of legendary crests. Shadows versus Immortals. And I could speak to this because I was just an Immortal inside of the game. Thanks to Fight Club, we were able to take part in the Immortal Reign. And that was cool. I really appreciated them including us in that, which it just ended 2 days ago. So now there is a new Immortal Reign, which is cool, but I got to experience what it was like to be an Immortal again. And I will say, I prefer being a Shadow. Being an Immortal, besides being able to get 1 legendary crest per week extra, because now you can get them weekly as an Immortal, it's a nice reward. I prefer to be a shadow. I like the assembly hall of being a shadow. I like being able to give blessings every night and engage with the community in that way. I don't like to defend the vault. Not that the shadow stuff is bad, because I think it's actually so much better than it was, because I was also, I'm sorry, the immortal stuff. I was an immortal when the game launched. We were immortal for 5 weeks or so. And in that time, it was brutal. It was a lot to be an immortal. And if we take a look right here, we could actually look at the reign, which is cool. It shows the amount of weeks reigned. And I believe here we are, the Scrappy Echoes. We are in 6. We reigned for 5 weeks as the immortals. And check it out. Is that the most in the Iceburn tier? This is broken down by server. It is. Oh, no. Check it. 7 weeks. The Lost Rollers Empire. Impressive 7-week reign. The longest reign, and it took part in our server. Cool stats. I like it. Immortals versus Shadows has gotten a lot better. The whole mechanic of it has gotten better. It's become more organized. It's 90% better than it was when the game launched. With that being said, I'd still rather be a Shadow, and I don't really have any need to be an Immortal. And that's just me. Some people will want to, and others won't, and that's cool too. We should probably talk about legendary gear, because we did talk about the legendary gems a little bit. Legendary gear, I think the grind is good. Plus, the updates to it are good as well. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I switched to the Crusader. And in that time, what you do is you try and farm essences. Let's take a look at the essences really quickly here. I'm at the essence transfer. You'll notice with my Barbarian, like, I have everything. There's only one piece that I'm missing. But you get these essences, and it allows you to really customize your build to the way you want. Check it out. Like, everything except for one pair of pants, I believe, which I don't need because I don't use ground stomp. But, like, really fun to grind these up. And I feel like they're attainable. It's not that hard. If I go to the Crusader, I was literally a Crusader for 2 weeks. And I did a decent job getting essences. I didn't get them all, but I did a decent job. And I didn't min-max anything. I just kind of was playing the game. And in 2 weeks, I had enough essences to at least build out a solid build. And that was with me playing, you know, fairly casually. Enough to keep up with the server Paragon. But I do feel that the system is in a good spot. I also like the transmog as well, that you could change and actually wear different gear. I mean, I would probably never choose this stuff over wearing any of the cosmetics, but it is cool that the mechanic is there. As well, we have the, what do we got this? This is the, what are we even calling this right here? I forget. Oh, the Essence Mastery, which is going to give you power-ups as you go. Crusader, I'm at level 1, obviously, but the Barbarian, which I'm currently at, I maxed it out. I've pulled out so many essences that we were able to max this out and get some extra boosts inside of the game. Now, I would go over and I would go and spend my gold, and I would do a little bit of gambling to try and get a couple of legendary pieces every day, and I just open world farm. Doing the Heliquare, you get a ton of legendaries. Just going out there and running dungeons, you get a bunch of legendaries. It's in a good spot. I think that legendary gear itself is solid. The grind isn't too quick, but it's also not too long. And as far as essences go, Blizzard seems to always be bringing new essences to the game. Every update or two, there's 2 new essences per class, which are going to help you. Actually, there's 1 new piece of gear per slot. So 6 new pieces of gear per class, changing up how you could build things out, which is always, you know, progressing how we could build things inside of the game, which is fun. The market is healthy, in my opinion. For me, I do a lot of selling things on the market. And as I mentioned, I think it's healthy. If we look at legendary gems, you know, there always seem to be a good amount. Like Pain Clasp is one that I like. There seems to always be a good flow of gems. I don't think that anything is crazy overpriced. Until we start getting to the 5 stars. Let's go to like a Seeping Bile, for example. You know, these aren't cheap. If you want only a 4-star right here is available for 257,000. There's not even a 5-star. Let's go with the Blood-Soaked Jade, probably the most popular gem inside of the game. There is still not a 5-star, 300,000. Look at that. Look at the prices. But if you want to rock a 5-star gem, and you maybe want to choose one that you could possibly at some point in time more easily get to a max level, check out his Wenson's Haunting, right? 3-star is 89,000. If we get to a 5-star, it's only 320,000 platinum versus the 600,000 platinum you're going to pay for a Blood-Soaked Jade. So it's going to be half the cost long term, but it doesn't do what the other gems would do. Selling stuff is great. It's easy. I could easily pop stuff in. I could actually make some money on these right now, or I should say platinum, because their value is higher than when I bought them. Actually, not the Ironbane, but the Mother's Lament definitely are. And even my Bottled Hope, which I got absolutely for free, I could get 54,000 platinum for right now, which would probably even out to like, I don't know, 48,000 platinum after fees. So the market's in a good place inside of the game. I really think that it's great, and I like engaging with it. It's another way to play the game. If you like buying cars or being a salesperson or going to the flea market and getting deals, interacting with that is kind of that same experience. It's fun. I enjoy it personally. The classes in general are awesome. Let's actually go to the transfer as we talk about it so we can take a look at some of them. But I really do believe that the classes are in a good place. We have 7 classes inside of Diablo Immortal. The question is, are we going to get a new class every year? I don't think they can keep up with that. I don't think that Blizzard can go and make a new class every year, being that we just got the first new class in what was it, 5 years? I don't think that they're going to be able to keep up with the mechanic of new classes every single year, nor do I think it's necessary. And here we go, going to the class change. So obviously we have the Necromancer, which is my second favorite class in the game. We have the Blood Knight, which is probably tied for my second favorite class inside of the game. The Crusader, honestly, I didn't love playing the Crusader. It's a great support class. It's just not as good as the Barb. That's what it comes down to. It's just not as good as the Barb. The Monk is the one class that I have not played since the launch of the game. I played it in alphas and betas. I absolutely loved it. Very fast melee style class. It will probably be one of the ones I switch to next, just to play around. When my Barbarian gets pretty stacked up and I get a little bored of Barb, I'll switch and I'll play something. Demon Hunter's great. Fast class. Great in PvP. Just a fun class to play. Wizard as well. There's some really great Wizard builds that I've been putting out on the channel that really highlight different ways of playing the Wizard. And in my opinion, my favorite, and in my opinion, the best class inside of the game is the Barbarian. And I think that the class change system to get these is incredible. We can now class change every single day. We don't have to wait 7 days to class change. So what I can do, and what I like to do, is at the beginning of a battle pass, I'll claim the first cosmetic, which is the weapon with my Barbarian. And then I'm like, you know what? I got all my Barb essences. I got everything for the Barbarian. So why don't I mess around and play as another class and get some of their essences? I'll still grind my Paragon with a different class, and I'll grind up a class a little bit and try and get some stuff. And I can change whenever I want. After a week, I can go back to my Barbarian, or at least before I claim my cosmetic at the end of the battle pass. And what I'll probably end up doing is claiming all the cosmetics on my Barbarian, because I think it's the best looking class. And it's not even the best looking. I actually think the Crusader is the best looking. I think the Barbarian is the best class overall. So I think classes themselves and the entire class change system is in a great spot. They've made adjustments to make it work better for people. There's no advantage someone can get in the game from being able to change classes every day. Plus, how we get our gear now, we don't have the reservist gear anymore. You actually get legit gear. And it's not gear that you could sell and make profit from, but it gives you everything that you would have from your gear that you had prior to the class change. It's great. It works out awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about is the health of the game since D4. We saw a lot of people go to D4, leave Diablo Immortal, but you know what? We saw a lot of people come back. We've also seen a lot of new people inside of the game that really never played Diablo Immortal until the hype of D4. So a lot of people said, oh, what is this Diablo thing? Oh, D4? This is great, but man, I don't want to play on PC. Or, man, I don't have time to play on PC. Or, man, I'd rather play on my phone. Or, I'm a dad. I don't want to be stuck to my computer until 2 a.m. every night playing Diablo. 4. So we've had a ton of people come to Diablo Immortal. I see it all the time in game. I see it all the time in my comments and hitting me up on Discord saying I'm in the same boat as you. I'm a dad with limited time, but I still want a Diablo, and Diablo Immortal is that game for me. And to be honest with you, my personal opinion right here, I think Diablo Immortal has more to offer than Diablo 4. Maybe I'm biased. There are more events that go on in Diablo Immortal than Diablo 4. It seems that when people get to around level 60 of Diablo 4, they start saying, oh, well, now it's just endless dungeon grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds. Obviously, the game is new. It'll be developed more over time. Diablo Immortal, we have grind. We have all the rifts. We have legit PvP now inside of the game. We have tons of different game modes. Fractured Plane is incredible. One of my favorite game modes inside of the game. Class change system, which is awesome. We don't have to deal with seasons, which I would not like. I don't like having to start over again. We're just in a great spot in Diablo Immortal. I really do feel that that we're winning inside of the game. I think that Blizzard did a good job with it, and I think that it's continuing to progress in really awesome fashion. Let me know your thoughts if you agree with me or if there's any points that I missed that you want me to touch up with in another video. I appreciate you guys sticking around for the discussion. Really simple and straightforward today, which I like. Remember to subscribe if you enjoyed the video or if you are looking for anything related to Diablo Immortal or action RPGs. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.